Hello and welcome back to Rage Gaming and more Pokemon Z-A. Today we're talking about the post-game, what actually happens when you beat the game, what is there to do, what should you be doing. This guide is going to cover all the new options and quickly advise you for them, especially the legendary section, where we're going to talk about the legendaries of Z-A and how you get them. We begin with the first thing that they're showing you as you hit post-game, which is the Infinite Z-A Tournament. Unlocked right after main mission 36 is complete because you quickly send through the missions to 39, where you unlock the Infinite ZA Royale and post-game. This means then once again at night, battle zones open like normal, but instead of one you got multiple, there's like 3 on the map, and your goal is to earn points for a champion ticket like always. The fact there's multiple is helpful. You can pick the best area that looks like it's going to be the easiest for you to find battles, but when you get the champion ticket, now you take it to the Mega Shard trade building as marked on the map, which will end in a special Pokemon battle, much like the different previous rank up battles you've done with one of those NPCs from the history of the game. This will involve special rewards, useful items, and the widespread benefits of this, like, it being a great source of XP for the team, and importantly, generating a huge amount of the currency you're going to want to progress your Mabel research with buying Megastones and all kinds of stuff. You also get bottle caps from this, which can be used to maximize your Pokemon and make them as strong as possible. So all of it's very good, you just want to make sure that you clear it all in one night if you can. This gives you the multiplier, increasing the amount of money that you get the more successful you are in this context. So it's a good idea to have your team very much ready before you then rest at a bench to force the night and then efficiently spend the time in the zone to get the full thing completed. As usual, that just means collecting the challenge cards, maximizing the ones you can in the shortest time. This is also tough because you need 50,000 points compared to the smaller numbers throughout the story. So if you don't take it seriously, you won't get it done in one night, but it is well worth it for the increase of currency. Next, let's talk about the awesome new Wild Zone that opens up right in front of you when you reach post-game. That's Wild Zone 20. It's one of the best because of its size and what's actually there. Each of the 4 corners has a kind of different theme, allowing for quite a lot of different Pokemon types, and multiple alphas will spawn in the middle every time. So there's a lot of Pokemon here that people are desperate for, like the 3 Kanto starters, Lucario's here, the Luminose City starters of Chickorita, Tepig, and Totodile. There's also Roserade, Garbodor, Gardevoir, Hippowdon, Malamar, Dragalge, Scrafty, and Aggron, and more potential because again, there's alphas in the middle and that pulls from a wider range of potential Pokemon. You've also got a tie to a legendary in this zone, as we'll talk about that in this section. So it's a great zone and probably the one I recommend you farm out the first. Next up, we should talk about the very important Mabel's research, which is now a lot more doable in the post-game. Obviously, it gives you a lot of TMs to set up your ideal team and useful items like bottle caps. But the final reward is the most important thing here, the Shiny Charm, which once unlocked and in your inventory simply gives you a massive increase to the odds that you actually find a Shiny ever. So if you want Shiny Pokemon, you're planning on farming them, this should be your first goal. To reach 50 though, you basically need to complete almost all of Mabel's tasks. That means collecting all the Pokemon in all the wild zones, collecting all the Mega Pokemon evolutions, collecting the many different types of Pokemon at massive amounts like 100 each, and so on. This is a cool way for them to encourage the player to get rewards alongside that never-ending goal in every Pokemon game to catch them all. So on that note, don't forget to bring yourself to the construction company at the bottom right of the map or southeast near Wild Zone 17. This is where you can trade all those colourful screws you've been finding around the map for something really useful. Items that just go in your inventory and then increase the percents of different things. So the red one is going to be the most important because it increases the XP you get for your Pokemon. Then we have the gold one to increase the prize money. Then of course we have the one that we were just referencing, the pink plush, which is going to increase the amount of mega shards you get when you're breaking those crystals. That's something to definitely think about. So you can upgrade these to increase the numbers by getting more of these screws and trading them. The green one's useful for some of these endgame challenges so you don't black out, and the blue one helps you catch a Pokemon. So they're all worth getting, so collecting those screws could be an endgame goal for you. Next up, there's new side quests that are available in the post-game. Imagine basically around the 100s and higher. A key one is this one. It's called Steadfast as Steel and is found by Wild Area 16 on Blue Street. This NPC just wants to battle you, and in exchange, you'll get a metal coat, which if you're wanting the Scissor evolution, or the Steelix evolution, you're going to need this item. That's because you need to get the previous evolution, like a Scyther, and then have it hold the metal coat item while you trade it to another player. Then have them trade it back because it'll have evolved into a Scizor, working the same with Steelix. You can also get another one of these metal coats for a second option with side quest 114, A Feather from Skarmory. So there are a few post-game good side quests to think about, but in general, side quests are worth considering. Many will reward you with useful items, currency, easy ways to get specific Pokemon, even other versions aka forms. So it's definitely something to think about for your post-game. Another quick thing you can think about is ranked battles. Just in passing, I'll remind you of this. As an important part of Mabel's research for filling out the Mega Pokedex, you need to know that there's 3 you can get from this ranked mode, depending on the season that's running right now. Right now it's Season 1, which rewards the Mega Stone for Greninja. All you have to do is play and rank up a little and it's just a reward. You don't even have to win. You get points by competing and completing special tasks or challenges within the battles. These points lead to rank ups, it's just a question of how quickly you get it done. Personally, I don't agree with important rewards like this, Mega Stones being both online gated and then also time gated, but that's me. But now let's talk about the endgame questline for the 3 legendaries. We have Xerneas, Yvetal, and of course, as I've called it Big Dog, Zygarde. Each one of these is insane and worth the effort, and they come in a specific order. So Xerneas, let's begin with. So you've unlocked the Infinite ZA whole thing. You need to do at least one of those and complete your first reward battle before it's possible to get these legendaries. Because after you do that, you can go to Hotel Z to meet with L, who will offer you 2 main missions, 40 and 41. That's the one that gives and the one that takes. Let's start with the one that gives, Xerneas. You'll need to meet with Mabel, who basically tells you that you need to go to specific wild zones and defeat the alpha that's there. She tells you that it's in Wild Zone 3, 5, and 9. So all you have to do is go defeat the specific alpha there. So that means in Wild Zone 3, a Steelix. In Wild Zone 5, that's a Gallade. And in Wild Zone 9 is a Pangoro, found on the rooftops at the southwest. That's the hardest one to find. Once you've done that, you can speak with Mabel, and then you'll be informed that in Wild Zone 11, Xerneas has shown up. Just go to the marker, it spawns in, and then you gotta capture it. I found this to be pretty reasonable. Just bring it low to yellow or ideally red health and then try to capture it until it's done. If you fail to capture the legendary, don't worry. You can leave the area and refresh the encounter. Next we have Yvetal. This is the mission 41, the one that takes. Also unlocked after you first reward victory in the Infinite ZA Royale. You're told to go to the cafe and speak with the NPCs there, who then have you meet up at the Mega Shard Emporium. Vinny speaks with you, and then you just do 3 rogue Mega Pokemon battles back to back, in a kind of simulation, with familiar rogue evolutions too. So not too bad honestly, just takes a bit of time, but once it's done, you'll be told to go to a specific rooftop. That's by Wild Zone 3 to the southeast. It's this one in Rogue Sector 2, dead on the center of the top. Bring yourself to the northeastern side, and there's a scaffolding section. That gets you to the rooftop. Just be aware that you need to first climb the scaffolding, then fall down in the middle of it to progress that scaffolding. It's a bit awkward. Then you can glide to the rooftop and find the legendary battle there. So same thing, just bring it low health, try to capture it. If it goes wrong, refresh the area and try again. Alright, now we can talk about Zygarde. This is doable because you just got the legendaries that you picked up. The legendary for Zygarde that I strongly recommend you use is Xerneas. It's got the right setup and moves, and it starts at level 75, which is high enough level to actually win. It's basically what I did. So for Zygarde, you need to first have actually dealt with Xerneas and Yvetal, then return to Hotel Z, where L appears and approaches you. He has you battle him, and it's a pretty tough one, so be ready for that. Once you defeat him, Zygarde shows up and has you meet him in Wild Zone 20 in the center. Here you're going to do a special kind of rogue evolution battle against Zygarde in all forms, the 10%, 50%, and full 100%. Like 3 phases. Be warned, if you fail at any point, even in the last 1% of the final part of the fight, you have to do the whole thing again. So please listen to my advice before you attempt it the first time. Again, use Xerneas is probably your best option. With Xerneas, face the first form and walk to the side of it, then use your Pokemon attacks. This causes the 10% form to do its special attack in front of it and completely miss you and your Pokemon, making it really easy. For the second phase, where it's at 50%, just fight it like normal, keep it alive, but be aware of its one special attack. The moment that it starts to charge up, de-summon your Pokemon so that it doesn't take damage here, and then sprint in a relative circle around Zygarde. This prevents its kind of ground shockwaves from hitting you because you're sprinting, and because you got rid of your Pokemon, it's not taking the damage either. Once this is done, resummon it, repeat until you win. This brings us to the final form, the hardest one. I literally got one shot by this mechanic, so please listen. Fight it like normal. Ideally, you'll get lucky like me and have the aggro upon you. This way you can keep moving around and have its attacks whiff on you as you keep sprinting. It has 2 special attacks you want to watch out for. The first one is it fly to the center, then fly out of the arena, out of bounds. In this time, desummon your Pokemon. It's going to basically cut a Z into the floor of the arena, exploding most of it. There is a safe zone on the sides of the Z. So I face Zygarde while it's in the air, and as soon as it starts doing the Z, I run to the side. This is always going to be the safe zone on this attack, so you can always run here. The other super move that it's going to do is even scarier. It's going to do these eruptions all around the arena, and it nearly took me out. It's scarier than it looks. It's basically an outside wave and then an inner wave that it repeats twice. To avoid that, literally just run to the edge of the arena, see where the explosions are and roll out of the way of them, then the inner explosions won't be near you. For this whole section, definitely desummon your Pokemon so it's not dealing with it. Then just roll around at the edge, avoiding the explosions, and repeat this process because it's going to do these 2 special attacks twice each. Otherwise, it's a normal fight, not too bad, especially when you got Xerneas at level 75 or higher. Once you defeat Zygarde, it's going to be capturable, and apparently any Pokeball works. I just used a decent one. There are a couple mechanics to know for Zygarde though. You get given a cube. This allows you to swap between the dog and snake form, 10% and 50%. The snake form has more health, so be aware that they have slightly different stats. You use this cube to swap their forms to whatever you prefer. However, if you want to get into the final form, that just naturally occurs when Zygarde goes to 50% health or less. And don't forget, by completing the story, you're going to have the Zygarde Mega Stone. So give that to Zygarde. Then when it's under 50% health, in its full 100% form, that's when it's also capable of Mega Evolution. Its special move changes to that ridiculous cannon blast from the story, so have fun. Technically, there's also one other creature I should mention, the Eternal Flower Floette. Apparently, that version of Floette and its Mega Stone is earned after winning 15 reward battles in the ZA Royale, and you'll find Tawny at the Mega Emporium after winning those 15. So as I'm currently working on that, I can't show you that, but heads up. Alright, absolute last thing I want to talk about for potential thing to do in post-game is obviously shiny hunting. Player interest in this varies, but if you care about it, you obviously want to do Mabel's research before you even spend time doing it. The shiny charm, just having it, makes this much more stomachable, so I recommend you think about that before actually shiny hunting. But there are some interesting mechanics with shiny hunting in Pokemon Z-A. It basically stores up to 10 Pokemon that are shinies for you. So if I'm running around the world and I go near a shiny Pokemon but I just didn't see it, I'm not screwed. It's going to save it and it's going to stay in the same spot that you originally spawned it in the whole time, capping at 10 shinies on the map before any more will be collected. But the odds of you doing that, basically 0. So maybe you found a shiny already and don't know it. It's still going to be on the map for you to eventually find whenever you actually do bump into it. So a quick effective way to farm shinies is to manipulate that 10 spawn thing. All you have to do is re-travel to the zone where you're hunting the shinies and the specific Pokemon you're after, because re-traveling to it refreshes it, and maybe all of these have spawned and maybe one shiny has. So what you can do is maximize the 10 stack potential. Travel to the area 10 times in a row, then on the 10th time, run around and see if there's any shinies. Then repeat forever until you find a shiny you care about. There is also the one in Area 3 where there's this staircase where you can basically go up and down, and that refreshes the zone way quicker than traveling to it, as a better option if you're specifically doing Area 3 or any areas where something like that's possible. But yeah, we have dedicated videos to the topic of shiny hunting if you want to check that out. But for now, that covers the main goals and options in the post game. Obviously, it's all easy to talk about, but a lot of this can take some serious time and hopefully add some life to your post game experience. If you guys have any other information or advice, then let us know in the comments below. But for now, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.